Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our victorious Cincinnati Bengals.
Can't miss player. I really do. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I think when he gets on the field, he's going to produce. He's going to produce at a high level.
They are almost unbeatable in December and January.
We're on another level. Thank you.
And I am going to become the first Bengals broadcaster to call a Super Bowl title. It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening this year.
In a row, Mon. 10 in a row. Hooday, Bengal fans. He is Mon. I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our Cincinnati Bengals. Eric could not be with us tonight, so we are going OG, old school tonight with Mon and I. Eric will be missed, but he's actually on the road right now, headed to the Natty for the Bengals-Jets game, the game we're going to be talking about tonight. So, Eric, safe travels to you and your family. Make sure you check in with us when you get up to the Natty, but we'll talk to you this weekend. Mon, how you doing, buddy? Everything good?
Yeah, really good. A lot of busy 2 weeks. I'm just running ragged. Just good to sit down and talk Bengals, and hopefully our team gets us 2 in a row, and we hopefully that Pittsburgh win propels us to resetting the season. And let's talk about it. Let's get going.
Let's get going. We are going to preview that Bengals-Jets matchup. Before we do, though, some news out of Cincinnati today. Logan Wilson has come out and requested a trade. That is per Ben Baby, per Adam Schefter. What do you think about that? Is that something that you think the Bengals will entertain? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's something they're going to entertain right now. What do you think?
Can you hear me? I just switched to AirPods. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Can you?
I got you. Yeah. Did you hear my question?
You did, about Logan Wilson, right?
Yes, Logan Wilson. What do you think?
Can you hear me?
Yep. You think they're going to entertain that trade? What do you think?
I think they will. And, I hate to see him go. I understand the youth movement. They drafted 2 linebackers early in this draft. The Bengals are looking at their youth and athleticism. They think it's an upgrade over Logan. I guess that's a bigger, upgrade over Logan's experience and that, 6 years of being a quality NFL player. They think that Derek Carter, his athleticism is better than that. I think they should trade him. I don't know what his market value is. I hope they trade him to somebody. I know the Cowboys need defensive players, maybe get a 4th, 5th round pick. I don't know, maybe a player that they've, are soured on. I just want to say something. They want to go youth movement at linebacker. Why don't they go youth movement at safety? Geno Stone is limited athletically. Why don't they bring in Tyson Anderson to play? He's a super athlete, 4.40. They got PJ Jules. They got other players. I don't understand why they don't use that philosophy at other spots. I think Geno Stone is more of a liability back there than Logan Wilson is at his, juncture of his career. But, hey, I don't know. I guess they're happy with the youth they have at linebacker. I don't know. I'm sort of torn in the middle. I got to be honest with you on this. I think Logan's experience and his savviness is needed on this defense. And I think getting rid of him, I think, is a mistake. I really do. But we'll see if they honor his wishes.
I think for leadership purposes, right? I mean, the Bengals have already lost quite a bit of leadership in the locker room. If they're going to do this youth movement, great. I mean, it is what it is. I was more for it when before we'll say pre-JF, pre-Joe Flacco. I was more for the youth movement, but now it feels like we're right back in the hunt, and there's hope. I don't understand why you would trade him. And again, guys, I'm seeing some stuff about the Colts. There's no way the Bengals are trading him to the Indianapolis Colts. You can forget about that. That's not happening. I think if he does get traded, which I don't think he does, it's going to be to an NFC team. No way the Bengals trade him to the 6-1 Indianapolis Colts. That's not happening, guys. The Bengals are in this thing. They're still in the hunt, and after they win this Sunday, going 4-4, they're going to be right back in it. So no way he gets traded there. But like I was saying, man, I feel like this is not the right time. Again, I think leadership, we have lost so much leadership in this locker room, with Mike Hilton. I'm just through the ages, through the years, DJ Reader and Jesse Bates. And I think you could throw Tyler Boyd in that mix too. Like, they've lost so much leadership, Joe Mixon, in this locker room. I don't think you can afford to lose any more right now. So I'm with you. I don't think this is the right time to do it. And I don't think the Bengals do it. Again, we have seen this numerous times, Bengal fans, of Bengal players asking to get traded, and it rarely ever happens. Don't forget, Trey Hendrickson was in the same boat, and he's not getting traded. So I don't see them doing that. I don't think they're good enough at linebacker behind them to trade Logan Wilson, right, Mon? I mean, I don't even think he should be benched over Barrett Carter, because no matter athleticism, Barrett Carter is not that much. There's not an improvement there. So I don't know. I think this is I don't like this situation. I don't like Bengal players asking to be traded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Packer game where he only played one snap in the second half, that set the stone right there. Barrett Carter is going to have a good NFL career, but him and Demetrius Knight are struggling. They gave up that long 19-yard touchdown run against the Packers. The guy was untouched. Would Logan Wilson made that play? I think he would have. Could they maybe have held him to a field goal? Who knows?
Yeah.
We can't go back in time and fix that, but the coaching staff is all in. They know what the future is. And, I something that we have always talked about, a lot of our fans in here. Thank you so much for everybody that's coming in and listening and watching us. We really appreciate you all. We always complain that the Bengals aren't proactive and shop players that aren't in their future to get draft capital. This is a perfect opportunity for them to do that. So I don't know. They're not going to give them away. And, if the Colts want them, they're going to have to pay a premium price because they're in the AFC. Somebody in the NFC won't have to pay that high of a price, but send them the Dallas, send them, to a team that we're not going to play this year that, so we don't see for a couple years.
Yeah.
So even get a fifth for him. That'd be great. We just lost a fifth for Joe Flacco. Actually, we traded back a pick swap. See if we could do a pick swap and get a fourth or something. There's a lot of things that they could do and put together. And I can assure you this: if the Bengals do trade him, they're not going to get screwed over. The Bengals are hardliners when it comes to that, and they'll get value if they decide to trade Logan Wilson.
And for a good reason too, right? I don't know what kind of value is even out there for him. I think, to me, if you do trade him, I think a player swap is so much more value for the Bengals right now because they are in it. I get the draft capital thing, but again, let's not forget that the Bengals have the next 4 games are very winnable. This team could very easily be 7-4 going into the Baltimore game. So I don't know about getting rid of a Logan Wilson character guy, a leader. Again, if he's not going to play, he still played a lot of snaps last week. So it's not like he's not playing at all. But I don't listen. If they do trade him, there's no way it'll be to Indianapolis. There's just no way. But I do like the player swap. I think that might be the best move for the Bengals. Hopefully, though, it doesn't happen and Logan Wilson stays in town because, listen, after – I can't believe I'm saying this, Barrett Carter. I still can't believe Barrett Carter is starting right now. But after Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight, it's pretty thin at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real. Shaka, the guys behind are young and inexperienced guys. If Barrett Carter or Demetrius Knight goes down, you don't have Logan Wilson, you're in some serious shit, right?
Well, obviously the team doesn't care because Logan Wilson is really the only vet. I mean, they did get Oren Burke, but he's more of a special teams guy.
Yeah.
You're right. Shaka Hayward, everybody else behind him are super raw. They love their athleticism. I think Shaka Hayward could be a good player, but he has to play. But
Yeah.
he's becoming a core special teamer. They got Joe Giles Harris on on practice squad. He's bounced around the league a little bit. For a defense that needs linebackers to succeed, I don't know. getting rid of your a guy that was once a staple of this defense, and I know he's coming off an injury. I get it. He's maybe lost a little bit of athleticism, but he's a savvy player. He's a smart player. You can never have enough of them. But the Bengals are all in at that spot, and I guess in Al Golden, we have to trust him. The Zach Taylor's neighbor. We got to trust him.
Yeah, agreed. But I think the way this defense is set up right now, and Oren Burks. I mean, again, I'm not even really, like you said, he's more of a special teams guy. Same with Shaka. I mean, I don't know. Those names kind of scare me if there's going to be a situation where they actually have to, go into a football game. But let's move on. Again, I hope Logan does not get traded, but we'll have to wait and see. Mon, for the Bengals, we'll start with the Bengals injury report. Mon, looking pretty good right now. Marco Wilson, the only Bengal player that did not practice on Thursday or Wednesday. Everybody else today practiced in some form or another. Trey Hendrickson was limited today. Matt Lee was limited. Cam Sample was limited. Tanner Hudson went full after getting that concussion. One of your favorite players, Cedric Johnson, coming back from his injury, coming back from his IR stint. He was full today as well. And last but not least, Chucky Sizzle, who also was full today. So we'll get to the Jets here later, but the Bengals roster right now, knock on wood, looking fairly healthy. What are your thoughts on that? Besides Marco Wilson, everybody else in some form or another practice today.
Yeah, I'm glad they opened up that window to potentially get Cedric Johnson back. I know he's I think he was up to 260 in camp. He's put on a little bit of weight, but he was really explosive, very athletic. Mm-hmm. They need all the help they can get on that defensive line, and to get him in there, maybe situationally to get the 10, 15 snaps a game, I think it would be great. Cam Sample right now, he's coming off that injury, that torn Achilles from last year. He's dealing with something now. He's a try-hard player. I don't think he's a player he was a couple years ago, but I don't know. They're going to have to make a move if they want to activate Cedric Johnson. Yeah, they are healthy. The Bengals need to be healthy. I know they had a big win Thursday night against the Steelers. I'm excited about this. We're playing a team that hasn't won a game yet. No, there's no easy victories in the NFL. None.
No, there's not.
And the Cincinnati Bengals, let's face it, we've had 6 really good quarters of football with Joe Flacco. The last 2 quarters of the previous game and then the 4 quarters against the Steelers. But before that, we really struggled as a team. Our defense is still a work in progress. We have got to take the Jets serious, and being healthy is a positive thing. This mini bye was awesome. We got 2 more games, then we have our official bye week. So this is a good point in the season. We talked about it when the schedule came out. The first 6 games were so tough. This was the get well portion of our schedule.
Yeah,
we got to take advantage of it.
So let me ask you before we get to this matchup, Mon, Joe Burrow. The word right now is, and we've heard a lot of talk this week, even is that Joe Burrow could be healthy enough to come back in mid-December. And again, I know that was kind of the word from the beginning, but now this looks like a real possibility. Obviously, with them going out and signing Flacco, I think the Bengals already knew that this was going to be an opportunity to happen to get him back. What are your thoughts on Joe Burrow and the opportunity that he could come back now? And it's a real thing. Like I this whole week I've watched a lot of guys that are in the know, and a lot of them are saying like this is a real deal thing as far as Joe Burrow coming back healthy. What are your thoughts on that?
Cautiously optimistic. I hope it happens. But a couple published reports from reputable national writers are saying that his progress, his rehab has been been good, no setbacks. So things are looking good, and they're more optimistic about a mid-December return. If the Bengals are in it, I hope it happens. If they're not, I hope they don't do it. Don't risk it. Let the guy rest, and we'll start all over in 2026. But the way things are going, I think the Bengals could be relevant, and I could see him coming back 2-3 games. If we do get to the playoffs, it's a total reset. Everybody's 0-0, and a healthy Joe Burrow with at least 3 games under his belt to get the rust off. I like our chances there. I hope that's what happens, but I don't want Joe to come in cold turkey and not play at all in the regular season and start a playoff game if we make it to the playoffs. I'd like for him to get 3-4 games under his belt before that happens. But, one game at a time, 1 week at a time in his rehab. And I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
Now, some people put in the comments, we were kind of talking about, not to jump back, but we were kind of talking about the trade. Some people throwing out there, and I saw this report today that Minkah Fitzpatrick could be on the trade block. Could you imagine? And I don't know if the Dolphins would do it, but could you imagine if the Bengals made a splash like that and went out and got a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick? Not too bad.
Yeah. That would be nice. I would be shocked if it happened. I would be. I would welcome it. If the Bengals win this week, they're in it, and they have some roster issues, some roster flaws. They would have to make a decision soon to go out and get a veteran player. Could you get Minkah for a 5th or a 6th? They don't have a 5th. They have 2 6s. Could they get him for 2 6s? I mean, I would do that in a second, but That's me. Right. I'm not Duke Tobin. The Bengals do it. I don't know. We'll see. Something to monitor.
It is something to monitor because, you do wonder if the Bengals are moving away from some of these vet guys. You do wonder if they do go out and make a splash. I mean, I think there's definitely a chance that it happens, more of a chance than it has been in the past. But we'll have to wait and see about that. Let's talk a little bit about this New York Jets team that comes into Cincinnati 0-7. They have played some close games. That week 1 game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a game they should have easily won. Let the Steelers come back and beat them. They've had a handful of those games, Mon, that they have been in. This is not a team that is getting annihilated week after week. But they come in really beat up, Mon, really beat up. So not only does an 0-17 come in here in another must-win game for the Bengals, but it's an 0-7 team right now. Let me tell you who did not practice today for the New York Jets. Sauce Gardner, their do-it-all, all-pro corner, still out with a concussion. Cam Jones did not practice today with a hip. They have Kini Wagnua, who is also out, did not practice today with a concussion. Stone Smart with a quad. Mason Taylor with a quad. These are all guys that did not practice today. Jay Tuafele, a name that you know and love. And Garrett Wilson, Garrett Wilson, their do-it-all wide receiver, also did not practice today with a knee injury and limited their starting running back, Breece Hall, and their quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, who we don't know right now if it's going to be Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor, but Tyrod Taylor was limited today as well. Mon, this team is seriously beat up. 0-7, beat up. What? Before we get to the matchup, let's talk about this injury report for the New York Jets. Definitely very favorable right now for the Cincinnati Bengals, right?
Yeah, especially Sauce Gardner's a scratch. He's one of the top 3 corners in football. He could give us some problems. Garrett Wilson is a really good player. Yeah, that's a hell of a. It's funny what losing does. Little
Right.
a little bruise becomes a lot worse. Becomes a business decision for some players. But yeah, they're 0-7. You're right, and I think they're better than that record shows. And listen, there's going to be some matchup problems. I know we're going to transition into the game itself.
Yeah.
There are some matchup problems for this Bengals team, and not having Sauce Gardner definitely would help. Definitely, I don't wish injuries on anybody, but he's one of the best in the league.
Well, and Garrett Wilson, I mean, look, the New York Jets right now, Mon, have scored they've scored 11 offensive touchdowns, Mon. The New York Jets have scored 11 offensive touchdowns. 7 of those 11 are from Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. So again, we're not talking about a team that has a lot of depth at any position. Breece Hall with 3 rushing. Wait, let me see here. Wait, I might have said that wrong. Actually, no, I take that back. Breece Hall doesn't even have a rushing touchdown. So 3 rushing touchdowns from Justin Fields. They've thrown 7 touchdown passes, and 4 of those 7 have gone to Garrett Wilson. So again, we look at this injury report, and you look at, I know we're talking about Sauce Gardner right now, but no Garrett Wilson and a beat up Breece Hall is a huge, huge production issue for this New York Jets team. I mean, Breece Hall has almost 500 yards rushing. Weird that he doesn't have a rushing touchdown. And then Garrett Wilson with 36 catches for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Again, 4 of their 7 touchdown passes have gone to Garrett Wilson. So not only Sauce Gardner, Mon, but man, oh man, no Garrett Wilson, no Breece Hall if he's banged up. This is a good get right game for our defense, is it not? You're on mute.
Sorry. It should be on paper. Yeah. Should be a get well game for the Bengals, but I got to be real. Our defense is ranked one of the worst in football.
Yeah.
So, I just don't want them. They got to show up. I just got to say something. If the Bengals want to be considered a playoff team, they need to take care of business.
Yeah.
If this game is close, we know what the Bengals are. They're a team that it shouldn't be close. This game shouldn't be close. The Bengals at home need to come in and dominate and put this team away.
Yeah.
So if they want to be considered as one of the best teams in football, as a team that's on the rise, on a team that has all the pieces waiting for their star quarterback to get healthy, you got to take care of business, guys. They have no business allowing the Jets to stay in this game or the Jets to win this game. If they do, that'd be a catastrophic thing. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the team will take care of business, but they better come in. Zach Taylor has to have them ready.
Agreed. Again, we want to thank everybody who has joined us, and I thank you guys so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. We would really appreciate it. Make sure you also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all those fun things that Eric has. I think we're on TikTok now. Good Lord, Mom. We are social media kings here at the Bengals Pulse.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this matchup, Mom. Let's talk about it first. Let's talk about this Jets offense because we did just kind of go into the Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, but Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, Mom, when your dog, what does he say? When your dog barks, what?
When my dog barks, our dog barks here. Sorry.
But let's talk about this matchup, Mom, because this Jets offense is not good at all, right? I think they're ranked in the bottom 5 in the NFL. Again, we talked about their production. Breece Hall They've rushed for 895 yards as a team. Breece Hall has almost 500 of those yards. They, again, when you look at Garrett Wilson and what he's done, the 400 yards of production, that's over a quarter of how many yards they've thrown for. So those two guys alone, if they're beat up or not playing or whatever the case may be, this Jets team is going to have to run the football, right? They're going to have to find a way to run the football. Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor are the next two leading rushers behind Breece Hall, Mon. So it goes Breece Hall, Justin Fields is the second leading rusher. He's got 250-something yards rushing. Tyrod Taylor after that at 80. So there is not a lot of production coming from this run game from the New York Jets. And then receiving, again, after Garrett Wilson, it is a big drop-off. Is this a good matchup for this Bengals defense, Mon? A Bengals defense that really does need a get-right game, right? It needs a game where it comes out and looks the part, shuts down an opponent. Again, hopefully Trey Hendrickson's healthy enough to go. But what do you think about this matchup? Is this a good matchup for the Cincinnati Bengals defense against this New York Jets struggling offense that right now we don't even know who the starting quarterback's going to be?
It is a good matchup. As I said earlier, they need to come out and just take control of the game. They need to control the line of scrimmage. They need to come out and make those plays. Those young players need confidence builders. They need to get those tackles for losses. They need to get the sacks. They need to get the interceptions. It's just going to help them improve as players throughout the season. The Bengals have no business. This defense has no business giving up a lot of explosive plays. If they do, we're in for a very long season. I'm more worried on the other side of the ball because the Jets defense is legit. They have very, very good players, and the players match up well against some of our weaknesses. And that's the only real concern I have for Sunday is the Jets defense because they have some quality players over there.
Well, let's talk about that matchup again. Obviously, against this Bengals jump-started offense that has like you said, Mon, really, I mean, you said it perfectly. The last 6 quarters, this Bengals offense has looked, I think, what we all suspected it to look in the beginning of the season with Joe Burrow. Kind of has that same feel to it. On defense, Sherwood, the linebacker for the Jets, he is the leading tackler, and it's not even close. He's got 70 tackles. The next guy has 38, which the next 2 guys are DBs, which, again, you would figure from a bad defense, you're going to figure that. After that, again, I know we're going to talk about Williams. Obviously, Williams is a wrecking ball in the middle of that Jets defense. He has 31 tackles, only 1 sack. Mon, this Jets team has 10 total sacks in 7 games. So they good players. They do struggle to get to the quarterback, which again is a good thing, a good matchup, I think, for our Bengals offense. But talk a little bit about this Jets defense, because again, right now it's looking like Sauce Gardner is not playing. What do you think? What do you think about this Jets defense, and what matchups would be tough for the Bengals? Again, let's assume that Sauce Gardner is not playing. Where do you think this matchup lies for this Jets defense?
I know the production hasn't been there this year, but guys like Quinnen Williams, Harrison Phillips, Will McDonald, they've played solid football. They've produced in this league, and I don't want them to start this Sunday. I don't want this defensive line that has high draft picks, that has had players that have done well. I don't want them to come alive this weekend. Again, the offensive line played really well on Thursday night. It's in flux. Somebody brought up a good question here. Dalton Reisner has seemed to stabilize the left guard spot. It looks like he's not going to be starting this week. It's going to be Dylan Fairchild.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but he's gotten a majority of the snaps. That's another thing. Bengals going with the youth movement. I respect it. Starting 2 rookie guards is tough in the NFL. They want them to get better, get their lumps now, but we're in the middle of a potential playoff spot. We're 3-4, weak AFC. We're in it.
Yeah.
we are really in this right now because the AFC is bizarre. And it's going to be interesting. I still think they need to put the best players out there. And with Reisner at left guard, this offensive line has been much better, much better. And like I said, the last 6 quarters of football has proven that with Joe Flacco and the offensive line playing the way they are. And Chase Brown ran over for 100 yards the other night. When was the last time a Bengal back ran for 100?
Yeah,
that running game was nice. They need to do that. Offensive line has to take care of business because the Jet players on that defensive line can cause some problems.
Agreed. Happy birthday, Cornell. Our guy, Cornell, it's his birthday this week. And happy early birthday to you, Cornell. And Ross, I don't have a fresh Aaron Rodgers joke. I need to come up. Although it was funny, not to get off track here, but did you see when their offensive tackle tackled Aaron Rodgers? And did you see that, Mon? After he was celebrating with him, he tackled him, and Aaron Rodgers looked like he was going to absolutely lose his shit. Fun, good stuff. But I'll come back with you next episode with a good Aaron Rodgers.
We got a super chat. Super chat.
Let's talk about
it. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm a fan of Big 12 football. And the air raid started there. So let's do it. Let's put a 50 spot on these guys. That would be great. I'd love to see Joe Flacco throw for 5 touchdown passes. Let's make it happen.
Curdy, thank you. Thank you for that super chat. We really appreciate that. And thank you all for joining us tonight again. Very appreciative of you guys joining us tonight. We know football is going on right now, but we love the fact that we're here talking Bengals with you. And we love the fact that you're here to listen, and some great comments. We'll get to some of your comments here in just a second, guys. Let's go back to that Reisner thing. What are your thoughts about that, Mon? We forgot to talk about that early on the show, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? Why would you bench Dalton after he played so well on Sunday? You get the big win, and now you're looking to put Fairchild back in. Just doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
It doesn't to me. It doesn't at all. But again, the Bengals have committed to a youth movement. People don't like to say this. We are in the middle of a rebuild. I mean, you're starting 2 rookie linebackers, basically. You're starting a rookie right guard. You're starting a rookie left guard. The Bengals are looking for the future. They are. And they think Dylan Fairchild is on par or better than Reisner. If he struggles a little bit, I'm sure he's going to have a short leash and Reisner will come in. But Fairchild's going to be the starter. And I want the best players to play, period. That's all I'm asking for. But again, this organization, they march, they have their own set of views and they're going to do things the way they want to do it. And us on this show, we don't agree with it at times.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It really doesn't. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for the Bengals to, again, move away from some of these vet guys that they went out and got. Like the Flacco, like the Reisners. It makes no sense for them to go out and move away from that. But again, some of the things this team does absolutely makes no sense at all. But they're in it, right? At 3-4, this team is in it. We talked about Pittsburgh's schedule coming up. These next 3 games for Pittsburgh is extremely, extremely brutal. They start with the Packers on Sunday night this week. So we're going to get to our predictions here in a little bit, but this is the Bengals' opportunity, right? I mean, this is the Bengals' opportunity to get right back in this thing. They could very well, Mon, be in first place when they, meet up with the Steelers again here in 3 weeks. This is a must-win game, right? I mean, we're at a must-win situation pretty much from here on out. But wouldn't you agree that this Bengals-Jets game is a must-win for the Bengals?
I don't want to say it's must-win, but there's a lot of football game left, but psychologically, if they lose to an 0-7 team, I think it'll be devastating for this team. Yeah, do they have multiple games to play catch up and potentially get back in it? Yeah, they do. But losing to an 0-7 team at home would be devastating psychologically. If the Bengals get the 4-4, they need to get the 4-4. You know why? Because a lot of games we thought were going to be easy games. Jake, they're not. The Bears are playing good football. Bears got a good defense.
I agree.
You know, they got good wide receivers. The Patriots are a serious problem. They really are. That new coach, and these are games that I chalked up at least as easy wins. They're not going to be easy. I love the fact they're in Cincinnati, and the Bengals have got to win this game. They got to win this game because there's going to be some tough ones coming up. Don't forget, we got to play the Ravens 2 more times. Lamar Jackson can come back. We got to play in Buffalo. All this other stuff. This is a game we cannot drop. We can't do it, and we're not going to do it either. There's no way they're going to lose this game. But this team has got to get ready, and we gotta take care of business because I think we play the Bears next week after that, and then we have the bye week, and then we just go from there. One game at a time, guys. One game at a time.
One game at a time. Tony, yes, we did talk about Logan Wilson in the very beginning of the show. Mon and I both feel like the Bengals should not trade him. We don't like that idea of trading him, and we don't think that he will. Right, Mon? Agreed? We don't think they will trade Logan Wilson.
I actually don't think they should, but I think they will trade him. I really do. I think he's going to get traded for the – yeah, I do.
Oh,
I think he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded for a player. Listen, there's a lot of other Logan Wilsons out there that have fallen out of favor with NFL teams. Guys that still can be productive. There's a lot of players out there. And, if they could shop for one, maybe the Bengals could get a cornerback that's sort of fallen out of favor with that staff, trade him or get a 5th-round pick for him, maybe a 6th-round pick. Why not? I don't – if he's not going to play, trade him.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. You heard Vons. I don't think they will. I do not think they will trade him. Morningstar wants to know, Mon, your thoughts. I know your thoughts already on this. Shamar. Is Shamar a bust? Can we call him a bust already? I don't think we can we? No.
Absolutely not. I mean,
no.
Man, listen, I want people to we need to back off. DJ Turner was a bust in camp. DJ Turner was a bust last year. Guys, people have to be given a chance to develop. They have to be given a chance to develop. We bitched and complained about our rookie players not playing a lot last year. They're not going to jump in like all pro players. They're going to get their lumps. They're going to struggle, and hopefully they pan out to be good players. DJ Turner is a top 10 cornerback in football right now. All right, and Shamar Stewart has played 6 NFL games, actually less than that because he was hurt for 3 of them or 4 of them. And the guy's talent is off the charts. And let's give him at least 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think we can even come close yet to calling him a bust. Trey, we're not sure if Trey is playing. He was limited yesterday. He was limited today. However, he was running through drills today, so we will have to wait and see on that. Mon, before we get to our AFC North predictions, any more thoughts on this Jets-Bengals matchup? We talked a little bit about the matchup defensively, how the Jets defense is at the bottom tier of the NFL, although they have some good players. Their offense at the bottom tier. Defense, I think, is about mid. Offense is bottom tier. Their offense against our struggling defense. Any other thoughts on this matchup? Do you like this matchup in the long run for Cincinnati Bengals?
The Bengals have no business losing this game. Yes, on paper, the Bengals should win, and they should win, easily. But 6 quarters of football for the Cincinnati Bengals. The last 6 quarters very promising, but that's a small sample size compared to the 4-game losing streak we had. Jake, I hate to say this, I still don't know what the Bengals are. I really don't. They played really exciting, great football. Joe Flacco gives us a better chance than Jake Browning. Joe Flacco can throw the football. Joe Flacco's an 18-year vet that's savvy. We got great skill players, but I still don't know what this team is. I got to be honest. We have no business losing to the Jets. No business at all. Man, this is the NFL. I don't know what to expect. I know one thing. I just want at 4:00 Sunday, I want my Bengals to be 4-4.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's do the AFC North predictions. Guys, again, Eric is not here tonight, so we don't have all the fancy stuff. I'll kind of do it for you. AFC North predictions, and the helmets collide. All right, Mon, here we go. Browns at Patriots, Mon. Sunday, 1:00. Browns at Patriots. Who you got?
I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Patriots are the record is what it is. They're a good team. They're a tough, hard-nosed team. They went out and got a lot of good players. I think the Pats are going to win this game. I got it 27-10. 27-10. Patriots over the Browns.
I will say Patriots win 24-7. I agree with you. I don't think this game is even close. Again, I told you from the beginning, I will never pick a game or never pick a team to win that Dylan Gabriel is starting for. All right, here we go. Mon, Bears at Ravens. Lamar Jackson was back at practice this week. Who you got, Mon? Bears, the up-and-coming Bears. 4-2 Bears. I can't believe – listen to this. The 4-2 Bears versus the 1-5 Ravens. That just sounds weird. What do you think, Mon? Bears at Ravens. Who do you got?
Yeah, that is really weird. I think the Ravens are due for a win here, but I don't think Jackson's going to play. Their defense is atrocious. They are lost without their all-pro defensive tackle, Matabuke. I like the Bears in this one. I think the Bears have some sneaky good players. I'm going to go with them 24-17 over the reeling Baltimore Ravens.
I am also going to go with the Bears. My one of my closest friends, Omesh, he's a huge Chicago Bears fan. He will love this prediction. I'm going to say the Bears beat the Ravens, and I don't think it's close, Mon. I'm going to go 24-10 Chicago Bears. The Bears over the Ratbirds. 24-10 Chicago over the Ravens, and the Ravens dropped to 1-6. Beautiful. Here we go. Packers at the Squealers. Aaron Rodgers after last week, probably coming back from that. What does he call that, Mon? The what's that thing? Oh, the darkness retreat or whatever he called. He's obviously
a weird dude.
I think the Bengals put him in a darkness retreat last week. He's coming out of there. What do you think? Packers at Steelers. Who you got?
It's going to be tough for the Packers. I don't think they're playing good football right now. They're winning some games. It's not very pretty. It's ugly. I think they're in a little bit of a rut. Playing in prime time in Pittsburgh is going to be really, really hard. But the Steeler defense is atrocious. And I think it's a bad matchup against that Packer offense. I got a close game, but I got the Packers winning 30-28 in Pittsburgh.
All right. This is the Aaron Rodgers get-back game. I don't know if you call that, but Aaron Rodgers versus his old team. I'm going to tell you this. I think Aaron Rodgers should probably stay in that darkness retreat because I think the Packers win this game, and I think they win it handily, Mon. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say Packers 27, Squealers 13. 27-13, the Green Bay Packers get the win. Here we go, Mon. The one everybody's been waiting for. The New York Jets travel to the jungle to play the Cincinnati Bengals, Mon. Who you got? Bengals versus Jets.
I'm gonna take my team, the Bengals, to win this game. I don't think they're gonna be they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns. I think it's gonna be 24-10. I think the Bengals offense is gonna, take some lumps here. I think they'll the game will not be in jeopardy, but they're not going to score 31, 38 points against the Jets. I think they win 24-10. The Jets offense is horrible. I think the Bengals defense is going to come up with some key stops, key interceptions. They're going to force a lot of punts. Flacco is going to do just enough. I think the running game, hopefully they continue, but I got the Bengals winning by 14, 24-10.
I'm gonna disagree. I think the Bengals score 30 this week. I'm gonna go Bengals 31, Jets 10. I do, Mon. I think this matchup for the Bengals offense without a Sauce Gardner, with a banged up Williams, this is a Jets team that comes in reeling. I think the Bengals defense, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think this is the Bengals defense get right game. I think they looked the part against the New York Jets, and I think our Bengals go 4-4. And I think by Monday, when we look at the standings, the Bengals will be what would that be? They're 4-4. The Squealers will be 4-3. Is that a half game or a game? I think it's a half game, right?
Half game.
Yep. Bengals will be a half game.
Half game.
Half game, right?
Steelers will still be in first place.
Yeah.
Bengals cannot be in first place after this week. They can't be.
Yeah.
If the Steelers win, if the Steelers lose and the Bengals win, the Steelers still be a half game ahead of us.
This Jets team, let's be real about this. This right now, you could easily say is the worst team in the NFL. The New York Jets are the worst team. I think Aaron Glenn could very well. I don't know if he's going to make it the whole year, to be honest with you. The Bengals have got to take advantage of this matchup, Mon. And this is one of those games, like you said earlier, I love when you said this, the Bengals have to come out and they have to win this football game. And they really have to dominate, right? If they're going to be a real contender, this is a game that they have to dominate.
There's absolutely no excuse. None whatsoever. If they come out and lay an egg and lose, it's Katie bar the door, it's over. You don't lose to 0-7 teams and consider yourself to be a playoff contender.
Correct.
Saying that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This team is going to win, and they have to just go one game at a time. One game at a time. One positivity with a healthy Joe Burrow at the season prediction. I had this team 4-3 with Joe Burrow healthy. They're 3-4 right now at this point. Okay, because remember, we both talked about it. This was supposed to be the get right part of the season.
Yeah.
Fortunately, some of those teams we thought were going to have bad records have good records. Just one game at a time. Let's get the 4-4. Let's focus on a tough Bears team after that, and then get into the bye and get healthy and take care of business. We're 2-0 in the AFC North. That's a positive. Let's just get this win, get the 4-4. We got a super chat here. Let's jump on it real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah, let's take care of that. Hippie, thank you so much. As always, Hippie says, hear me out. Trade Miles for a fourth. Take his extension money and sign Crosby with it. Then cough up that second-round pick for Quentin. 2-year fix for the D-line. What do you think?
I like the way you think. If you can find a way to make it happen, I'll send you some super chats. I will. I'll pay you. If you can make this happen, I'll add a 0 to that and make it 50. Okay.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that D-line?
I wish it would. I know.
Listen, Hippie, I'm all for that. I'm going to tell you right now, I am all for that. Because let me tell you, Max Crosby, Quinn Williams, and Trey Hendrickson defensive line, it don't matter how shitty your safeties are because they're not even going to see you the ball. I'll take that in a heartbeat, Hippie. Thank you once again for that super chat. And thank you, everybody, for joining Mon and I tonight. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We really do. We appreciate you guys so much. Mon, are we going to be doing pregame this week, right? No, we
I don't
are
think
not.
so.
It's a
We
home
gave our
game.
prediction, so
That's
we'll get
right.
you guys
Home game.
post game. All right, I'll create the show and we'll do a post game show.
Yes, we will. We will be on right after Bengals Jets, guys, to talk about the Bengals, the 4-4 Bengals, hopefully at that time. But we will we'll be on post game. Make sure you join us on Sunday right after Bengals Jets, right here on the Bengals Pulse, to talk all the Bengals news, and obviously we're going to talk about a great Bengals win on Sunday. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcast platforms, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, give us that 5-star review. We'd very much appreciate that. As always, follow Mon on Twitter at @TheFireMon. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Jake Owens 9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash with 2 H's 88. Follow the Wincinnati Podcast Network on Twitter at Wincinnati Pod. As always, guys, please follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter at the Bengals Pulse. On Instagram, the same without the @ the Bengals Pulse. And on TikTok, I think, right? It's the same, the Bengals Pulse, guys. We are all over. Mon is the social media guru. Follow us for all of our content. Once again, Eric, be safe. Have a safe trip in Cincy. We'll talk to you this weekend. Thank you guys so much. All of you have a great rest of your week and first part of your weekend. We will see you right after Bengals Jets on Sunday. Look forward to seeing everybody then. He is Mon. I am Jake. Mon's giving me the hold it.
Eric, build the show, the post game show, because I don't remember how to do it. So, okay. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Hoo day, Bengal fans. We'll talk to you soon.